Thank you. So, as Alex actually mentioned, our company name is no longer SMS Passcode. We bought a couple of months ago, actually in the end of February, a company called SensorNet approached us and bought us. So we have made a merger. It's a technology merger because SensorNet has a product that can make some cloud security where they actually make authorization and accounting, and we have SMS Passcode that can make authentication. And that actually makes AAA in the cloud, and that's quite neat because there's nobody else actually doing that. So Ken will tell a bit more about the USS, which is the SensorNet part that we're now building in together. And I will tell a little about SMS Passcode. How many people in here are here for the first time who has never heard about SMS Passcode? Not that many. This was an article I saw 3 days ago. How many have heard of this with the Mark Zuckerberg and his password? Yeah, his password was da. And there was a LinkedIn breach in 2012. It's like 4 years ago. And LinkedIn wrote to everyone, change your password. And everyone changed their passwords except for those who didn't. And he was one of those who didn't. So some guys or hackers or I don't know who found his username and his password in this big data, 4 years old data, and they actually tried it out on his Twitter account and they got access. He of all people should know better. I mean, that's incredible. And it kind of teaches us something that, I mean, he should know it's not a good password and he hasn't changed it even though he got a letter. So it teaches us that convenience wins over security. So we need to have it convenient. But on this this is basically how SMS Passcode works. I will go in very fast. We have remote access. We send in the username and password to SMS Passcode. We validate the user. This is a validated SMS Passcode user. This is a user actually coming from a geographical location where we accept them to log in. And if that's okay, then we check the username and password, and then we send a one-time password to the user. And then we also bind the passcode to the session. So if the passcode is fit and it's used outside the session, we can't then go to the time. This is why it's multi-factor authentication. So there's a lot of factors. We have a bunch of authentication plans, protection, Windows Alarm protection, ADFS 2030, key or keys web server protection, also for OVA and for RDS, 12 servers, and security licenses. That's all the authentication clients we have in the front of the system. What's really interesting is the back end. Because in the back end, all is policy driven, and you can actually take all these policies and combine them in many different ways. So, and you can have it all just on one server, or you can scale it up to have it in different data centers, redundant, all over the world. So you can have user integration integrating into this material domain, grabbing the users either from an Active Directory or some other LDAP store. And then we simply bind a set of policies to all these users. So in this example here, we have an authentication policy that is actually validating the user on IP address. So we grab the end user IP, make a QIP lookup, and tell which organization owns this IP address, which country does this IP address come from, and then the IP address itself. So, and based on that, we can either allow, deny, or we provide custom type authentication. So, if you're coming from an internal IP address, you can just bypass it. Say, okay, you can come in. And if you're coming from a country that you don't expect you to come from, let's say you're working here in Ireland, and suddenly there's a coming of your event from Canada, then you can say, okay, even though the username and password is correct, don't expect you to log in from Uganda, so
you don't have internet.
we can also make different dispatch policies. So if you are actually working in Uganda and we know that there's problems with SMS there, then we can send you a voice call to a landline instead. We can send you an email if that's not working. It's a sequence, so whatever works will stop the sequence, but if it doesn't work, it will continue as long as the policy allows this. The same for authentication combined with IP address. So if you're traveling around the world, we can say, okay, right now you're located in the US, so we should make a voice call to you, because that's the cheapest way of doing it. Or you could say, if you're in Holland, then we'll just send you an SMS. If you're in Ireland, we know that the business is up, so you'll probably be wasted for not able to work, so we'll not allow your internet, so we simply deny you access. And you can have that all policy driven. That's really neat. So we're also working on the next version of SMS passcode. The next version is internal code name is Raptor. This is why we have this little animal up here. And one of the things that we have finished working on right now is a new dispatch app, when you provision this app, it will actually put the private key inside the app, inside the phone, and then it will connect to the cloud. And this we will wrap inside an HTTPS session, so it's quite secure. And then the app itself will not show the code in front of the phone, you'll have to log into the phone and then get the code. So if you are located in a place where we need to get the code very, very secure, like in Germany, then this app will absolutely help you. We'll also work on a lot of PowerShell commandlets for the next version. So administer, so instead of going into the GUI, you can make some scripts that's doing everything for you. So, and there will be commands that will help like you're used to the ordinary PowerShell. And I think that's about it for SMS passcode. Yeah, take it away.
Thank you, Brian. I will take it away. How many tweeted?
How many tweeted? You didn't, you didn't, you didn't.
Before I kick into this, how many of you guys have been certified SMS passcode specialists? So for the rest of you guys, come back to me and you can get it if you like. I just need your contact details. I will give them to the different sales teams in the world, and then we'll make sure you get your certification going through Sentinel Academy. We do that also on what you're going to talk about now, the USS platform. We do the same certification file with the training on that. So USS is the product coming out of Sentinel. That is something that we got in the SMS passcode family suddenly. And what it brings right now in the current version is that we have web security and authentication in the system. A lot of you guys probably hear about shadow IT and all these things about users doing things they're not allowed to do. IT controlling things that only can help you and your customers with is actually to gain control again. We will get other stuff in there. We will get SMS passcode into this platform as well. We know that Gunnar was talking about this geo awareness, the knowledge about where the users are in the world. We will get that into this system to provide that as a function where you, within the policies, can determine if users are allowed to do things or not based on allocations. So that was the triggering thing that we were talking about. What we have is, I said, cloud application control and web security. We will get very soon email security and the SMS passcode into this as well. The architecture behind the USS platform is basically, from your point of view, and mine and Gunnar and our backend IT team and your customers and management and all those guys, it's one interface that we log into. Everybody has their own access, moving into the same system, but only lots of their own data. Other things you would have either gateways or agents installed on, well, that's also just like mine and Gunnar, so you have on the network a gateway that is controlled via that web portal that we work with. It's called the Cloud USS portal, and we will look at that later on. If and when, or if I would say, if the demo guards allowing us to do it, I will try to show you how it actually works. But you will sit in this interface and do all the stuff. The customers will sit in the same interface. You have, it's a different approach, so when you're talking with your customers, you can actually, in your meetings with your customers, give them the access straight away. You don't have to go back and ask the district about, get about them, please get the source and all that. That's just what you do normally. When you implement with your customers, you can just give them instant access when you're in the meeting. We run the system that sits behind. This is just its old picture on how it's set up so far. It's a global system. We have nodes in different places in the world where when we're sitting within this portal, we are logged into these different nodes. And our agents and all the technology that we install locally with customers is all tied into the system. So, and it's, well, it's basically a month old. This picture is already old. Things has happened since then. We have added new nodes and things like that. So the way we do it when we are approaching this way of providing web security and access to cloud applications is trying to do it without a proxy. So when I have the agent on my machine, what happens is that it's an ICAP agent. So that ICAP agent fishes out my HTTP or HTTPS request and takes out a lot of metadata out of that. It's got to send the metadata to the cloud, to our SaaS service, the USS platform. And based on the policies that you and your customers have to find out there, the system either says yes or no. Do you get access to that resource requested? Yes or no. If yes, we'll then provide direct access going outside actually the agents and straight to that resource requested. Why we are doing that is to not break the environment that is built into laptops and mobile devices and all that. Everybody's been like sitting on their phone and trying to search for something and it pops up saying, can I use your location? If you're using those proxy technologies that sit somewhere out there on the cloud, they break that. Because then that would be your exit point or your entry point into that resource. With the sensor-led technology, we keep that. It basically means that all these Google functions and functions within Facebook and functions within different kinds of more company-oriented cloud applications, we still can tell the system, yes, I'm connecting here, yes, you're allowed to use my locations. And as I said with the SMS passcode part, we will put that in this platform as well to give you the possibility to use our new technologies to determine very few components, platform, agents, and a gateway for the network. These are the components. So we have cloud application control, web security, email, and the SMS passcode console come into this platform very soon. The first step we will do into this platform is to upload logs from SMS passcode into this interface. So we'll start to correlate information between what are users are doing on the network, which cloud applications do they use, and how they log in. The users will fail or where they're logging in from, and all these things that we know already. So going back to Connor's theme about the Lego, being the upscale to this USS Enterprise platform, and let us see how it's working. Do you think it worked on?
Yeah.
Yep.
Demo course. Can't hear anybody. We can wish our credit for extra. Maybe. There's only one way to find out.
So this is the interface into whatever you will do in this system. This is portal and everybody logs in with the same interface. We don't give different things to you. You are some of you are our partners. You will get access to control your customers. You like that and have that interaction with your customers. For those of you who are in customers, you will see this. So I'll just click straight into what we're seeing when we are the end customers. And that will be home, of course. First of all, we have a dashboard. All these charts in here are defined by me. Every user is unique. Every user has their own view, and you define it yourself. So whatever you would like to see in this system, when you work with it, you just define that yourself. But I have different things. Who's my top user? This is for my account environment machine. I have the agent. The agent is running on this machine. This is the agent. The hexagon shape between dots, just showing me that everything is working on my machine. I can see what the users have been doing, what has been blocked, different kinds of block domains, what type of cloud applications am I using, and coming back to cloud applications and the shadow IT. Lots of customers are hit by users doing something on their own. We as IT people are delivering different tools, and the users don't already like those tools, so they gotta find some places. How many of you guys are using Dropbox? Lots of us are. If you're looking into our own security policies, how many of us are allowed to use Dropbox? Exactly. Maybe one or two, right? Same thing goes on with the customers and everybody. We do things that we're not allowed to do, not because we do stupid things. We just have a job we need to do. If IT does not deliver that type of technology or functionality, we will find something ourselves. When the users do that, and as I said, it's not stupid, they just do their job on a day-to-day basis. IT loses control. So with the USS platform, we can show your customers and you guys what the users are doing in terms of using cloud applications for different purposes. So things like Dropbox, Twitter, LinkedIn, think whatever I've been logging into, Google search engine, that's a cloud application as well. The way you control that is based by creating policies. I just did one simple policy set no streaming. If we look into this, I can see what the policy tells me to do or not to do. This is like within a firewall. Go for the first policy, do you meet the conditions, yes, no, go for the next policy. Just like you know for many systems already. But what this one will do is that, well, what time of day are we talking about? Well, all days, every time, every day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, whatever time. But you can put your own time frames in here. So it has to match something. In this case, I put in the category. It's coming from Swell, so it's a company that creates these tools for us. This basically says, well, if you are at any point of the day coming from or trying to get access to any of these services, streaming audio or video, then to do what? Well, block access. So don't allow the user to access. That's the way it works. You want to have control of time? You are my time man. So we got all the time in the world. I'm good running late. So what you would do is that if you want to create yourself a rule, you can say let's block access to by the way, how many of you guys are not allowed to use Facebook in company hours? Do they enforce it? Yes, they do. They basically just block you access rights. What you could do with this USS platform, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, all the time in the world, my friends. I just have to make all the days in the week. I can actually go for specific functions in a cloud application. So saying that, well, Democrats are sitting on my last year. Doesn't matter, you just with only the 3 minutes left, I'm going to do more simple. That's just for Facebook. Now, talk about they're just enforcing it. What we can do with Facebook is not only setting IT, whatever cloud application users usually tell them what that is, but we will actually can, if we will, come on, was blocking all the functions, or allowing functions within the application. So in the case that the companies are just blocking access and say no access at all, we can, on time of day, do your membership and access directory, or you can things like define specific functions you're not allowed to do, or maybe allowed to do. Yes.
What is Facebook updates their functions and all that stuff?
Then it's probably going to take a couple of days until we know that. We have a dedicated team.
Also learning or something, probably that they somehow can change and you guys notice and then start.
As I said, if the providers are changing something, it's going to take a couple of days for us to realize it. But we have a dedicated team sitting in Estonia that does nothing but analyzing qualifications. All the things that sit in this database is built into the systems. It's about 350 somewhat cloud applications now. It's one dedicated team that do nothing else. So if you guys come with, can you please analyze this? They will go do it. I told them to analyze crash pattern, which is our online backup tool. It took them 3 days. Then I have crash pattern list. So if Facebook's changing something, we can do that. What we also do is that we can track. Track will mean we will intercept what the users are doing and we will log what the users are doing. You will be able to see in the log that the user posted something on Facebook, if you want to do so. It's not about being the big brother. It's about helping your customers and our common customers to make sure that the user don't use it. 2 minutes. So one of the things that happens with the users, I made this rule before that said no streaming. So if I was logging into Netflix.com, I would get this. Or some other blog page. I told the system that if a user tries to get access to a streaming service online, show them this. You can put whatever blog page in here you will. So this is not a web page. It's like an agent directly sitting on this machine. So you are at E2E, another one. Don't watch streaming and movies and all these things. It's fun. Right, Brian?
I think we should put a monitor on David's PC.
I just need this login that I can do it. Because I control what that agent does. So that's what the admins do. They control everything in the cloud, in the SaaS app, or in the desk portal, and everything that we do in there, all these policies will be enforced on all the agents and the agents. Yes. So that was my 2 minutes to 3 minutes attitude.
So thank you for that.